Well, this is different, isn't it? Hello, welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. This is Matt Vaughn. I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Not in Halifax, Nova Scotia is the eldest brother of the brothers of this podcast, Will Vaughn. He's in Vancouver. Will, how are you?
Good.
Lovely. And that half of a guffaw was the brother also in Halifax, Alexander.
What's going on?
Vaughn. Yeah, not much.
What is up? What is up, brother?
We're changing it up. Turn face day. Changes. This is the Triple Threat Podcast, done a little bit differently, mixed a little bit more soulfully. So here we are. How are you doing this week?
Soulfulness not guaranteed.
Soulfully. We might be lacking in soul.
Hopefully more soulfully than woefully.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rhymes.
Bringing it. Will, what can our friends listening to the show expect to get?
Well, I'll tell you. After they rate and review us on iTunes and they listen to our show and go back and listen to our catalog of our 25 other episodes. That can't be right. 25 episodes? We're not 25 weeks.
Apparently we are. Well, we started at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's true. So that was March.
That was
it was like half a year. Yeah.
A month ago.
I think we should start this week. Alex, there's something that you brought up 2 shows ago that we neglected to cover last week on our NHL show because it was so jam-packed full of NHL hockey goodness that we had no room to pack in our new enemy of the show. And who or what or why or where is that, Alex?
What is sticking in my craw? I don't know. Yeah. This might become a semi-regular segment. I don't know. We'll see how annoyed I get with everything. And it's kind of past due because when said thing was stuck in my craw a couple weeks ago now. The new enemy of the show for me is TSN. All 5 networks.
Okay.
And it's because... you don't need 5 networks when you're showing the same thing on 3 of them and nothing on the other ones.
4 CFL games at a time.
Yeah.
They're all the same game.
B, NHL coverage. I turn it on to see 25 minutes on the Leafs opening day of camp because Phil Kessel got into a little bit of a discussion with one of the new assistant coaches. They brought Steve Simmons on. Is there dissension in the locker room? Does Randy Carlyle have control of this team? It's the first day of camp.
Yeah,
overanalyze any more than that.
Especially the Leafs. The Leafs
don't challenge them, man. They'll overanalyze how much they overanalyze.
I can't watch
show covering the show.
I literally can't even now. I literally can't. PSN, enemy of the show, I literally can't even. Man, just the analysis on everything. And they do it for every sport, but I don't know, maybe because I'm not a huge fan of the Leafs or anything like that. When they go into it in such detail, and you're just like, oh my God. Do I need 20 minutes? Do I ever need to see Steve Simmons? I never need to see Steve Simmons again.
Yeah,
don't like the guy.
I'll read a column, but I'm just tired of seeing that. Like
the players clearly don't like him, like in any sport. Clearly don't like him. When Brian Burke was leaving the Leafs, he had that press conference at the end. Steve Simmons was like, blah, 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 asked him a question. Brian Burke's answer, he's like, I'll tell you, my favorite thing about not having this job anymore is not having to deal with you, Steve. And I was just like, oh, my God.
Oh, that's a straight-up shoot,
mister. You done got bitch slapped, bud.
You got Burke slapped.
Sorry, that's what I meant. What did I say?
You said, I don't remember.
Oh, God. But do I need 20 minutes on the Leafs opening day of camp? No, I do not. I do not need that. I understand you have time to fill and you have things to do, but talking about Phil Kessel getting in, I don't even know the coach's name anymore. Steve Ott? Is that his name?
The assistant?
Yeah, the assistant. I don't know. He coached the World Juniors. Yeah, I don't know. He coached the World Juniors a couple of years ago. He's got a bit of a derp face. But anyway, TSN,
like
new enemy of the show. You lose all your NHL coverage, and then you roll out 5 networks of crap. So thanks. Kudos to you for that, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
Neither one of you disagreed with me, so we're kind of all on the same page there, I think.
No, weeks ago, I was like, okay, it's Sunday. TSN gets NFL games. They have 5 channels. Mm-hmm. Why not put 5 NFL games on there? Ooh, wouldn't that be great? But no, they have to sell their stupid Sunday ticket. Wouldn't that be great if you could get 5 NFL games at a time? But no, you get, a 30 for 30 you've seen 30,000 times. You have an E60 you've seen 60 times.
It's not even the good 30 for 30s either. It's like the
it's all the U. Yeah, whatever. It's you have this opportunity to present all this stuff. Like, it was such a weird time when they lose the NHL contract to Sportsnet, who I think is killing it, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
We got to talk about what they're doing,
and we'll talk about Sportsnet. It's NHL coverage right now. It's good, but no, but TSN will have like some local stuff. But I mean, the Sportsnet coverage, to see it, Strombolopoulos comes out in that commercial. He's like, we're gonna have 7 nationally televised games on at a time. There's a game on FX Canada, there's a game on City TV, on Sportsnet 360, on Sportsnet Pacific, or wherever you are. There's a game on CBC. Like, there's this awesome Canucks Oilers game. And Paul Romanek, by the way, welcome back to TV. Yeah. Paul Romanek, who was in Europe for a while. Paul Romanek.
You kidding me? Is he doing coverage now?
Yeah, it was him and Mike. It was him and Mike Johnson doing the Leafs. Doing the Canucks game. Canucks and
anywhere
Canucks
Paul
Oilers.
Romanek goes, I am sure to follow. I love
Paul Romanek and Mike Johnson. It was awesome. I mean, Mike Johnson, take him or leave him, but it was a little bit more.
I definitely will leave him, but if he's with Romanek, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, Paul Romanek was great, and that was a really great home opening hockey game for the Vancouver Canucks.
I missed that game entirely.
I saw on Twitter.
Game. Yeah.
What about
Twitter's blown up?
Despite the fact that
what?
That it was the Oilers.
Right, yeah.
It's like, we won. It was a super exciting game. I thought it would be a blowout, but you take the win anyway, I guess.
What do we think about the new advances? So, not advanced necessarily, but there's some new things. You got the ref cam.
The ref cam it looks stupid on the refs. It looks really dumb on the ref's head. Yes. I think it's super cool when you have a first person shot and the arm comes in to confirm a goal. I think that's awesome.
It was pretty neat, actually.
I think it's really cool. And in Toronto, they have this camera on a guy wire.
I was getting a sky cam, Will.
Okay. So Skycam
is... no, that's cool. When they get it to work, I feel like it only works like 4 times a game.
That was mine.
I was getting that, man.
We didn't discuss it beforehand. Just said features, and that left it very open for Will.
It's like we're all on the same page.
Do you see POV cam? Where it's just up their nose?
Yeah. What?
I haven't seen really much coverage. And then when the TSN thing came on, I wish I could talk today. That would be awesome. When the TSN thing came on, I was just like, okay, I think I'm done with TSN for the next 8 months because I can't watch this. But I don't watch like a lot of regular season hockey, which I got to start doing more often. But like I didn't see any. I haven't seen a second of hockey yet this year.
There's games on now. They have this big thing Sunday night. Like there's a game last night, Leafs and Rangers, and I'm
also not totally used to having so many games on at the same time. So you're kind of not used to it. You're just like, there's hockey games on all the time.
This is so great for hockey fans. I think it's fantastic.
It is for sure.
Obviously more choice. I mean, on Saturday they had all 30 teams in the NFL, all 30 teams in the NHL. Man, I wish I could talk today. All 30 teams in the NHL playing on the same day and it's only like the 6th time ever that's happened. But I think the presentation looks great. I think everybody's super energized. It seems like putting Strombolopoulos in there, like he'll get better. But I think it's just like it's youthful while at the same time honoring the veterans like Ron MacLean and Don Cherry. They still have their segments and all this stuff. And now Ron can have his hometown hockey thing on Sundays.
So are they just on Sportsnet now?
They used
was Ron MacLean on Sportsnet? George Strombolopoulos is on Sportsnet, or is this on?
They're on CBC. Like I know that Ron MacLean's on CBC, but if you look at the Hockey Night in Canada stuff,
like the same thing.
If you look at the Hockey Night in Canada, like
pardon my ignorance, but I actually have no idea.
There's no CBC on any of that. Like if you look at the screen on Hockey Night in Canada, it says Hockey Night in Canada. It doesn't have CBC in the bottom. It doesn't say anything. You're all watching it on a CBC, but Sportsnet is mostly just ignoring that whole concept.
Yeah, and they fixed the score clock too. I hated that scoreboard that CBC had last.
I really like what they did with that as well. They changed that up.
It was minuscule. What was the point of making the score so small on the TV?
Just make it crisp and clear.
What?
Which is what Sportsnet has right now. The huge score bar at the top. I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
And pardon my ignorance again, what's the theme? Do they get the theme back, or would they just cast that aside? Does TSN still have that?
It's just stock music. I think TSN still has it.
That would have been like the thing if I was running that. I'd be like, we get it.
That would have been the coup de grace. That would have been the coup de grace.
And they don't even announce it because that's what they do all the time now. They just be like, hey, we got this. You'd be like, what? Can anything be a secret anymore?
No.
But no, it can't. Because they would have driven it down our throats, like with, I don't know.
Yeah.
They would have commercials like George Strombolopoulos, like with a string quartet, and he would be, conducting them. He'd be like, it's back, baby. And you'd just be like, all right, settle down.
I think NHL.com has, by the way, jumped the gun on something.
I think I should do commercials. I think
they've done a fan poll for opening week. It says, which team has had the most surprising start to the season? The Avalanche 0-2-0, the Bruins 1-2-0. They have a bunch of options. Like, these teams have not won, and these teams have won 2 games. What's more surprising? What's more surprising is that you're asking us this question right now. I'm going to actually say other and say what the hell's your problem?
Colorado Avalanche are on pace for the first winless season in franchise history.
Yeah.
Can they stop the skid, or are we looking at disaster?
Yeah, is Patrick Waugh's job
People in Boulder are calling for Patrick Waugh's head. They're so big, they don't really know what that entails.
But no, the hockey situation is looking real nice.
Looking great.
It's
looking fantastic.
It's looking great, and TSN is unfortunately
real good there, bud.
Bucking up. I don't know. I played that CFL fantasy football. It's a good time.
So should we hit?
Said sarcastically.
Should we hit some music here? Or?
Oh wow! Okay,
is that much of a cold open? No,
that's way. I guess our cold open is talking about the coolest game on ice, the NHL.
Oh,
that's getting me colder than that. Okay, Matt, hit that music.
I prefer curling.
And we're back.
Okay. The longest cold open ever.
I think we just forgot about it.
It was a cold open and just went right into the show.
About NHL, I was like, we should. Well, it doesn't matter at this point.
Let's just start this one over.
That'll get better, folks. It probably won't. Big story in the NFL this week. The Ravens score 4 touchdowns the first quarter.
That's the big story. That's my big story. There's a couple of big stories, actually. Ravens score 4 touchdowns the first quarter against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers en route to a 48-17 victory. Joe Flacco, 5 touchdown passes, the most in his career. Although in yardage, he's outpassed by Mike Glennon. Joe Flacco, 306 passing yards. The mighty Mike Glennon, 314 passing yards. So,
ooh, the mighty Mike Glennon.
The mighty Mike Glennon. Also, good news for the Ravens in the AFC North. The Bengals tie the Panthers 37-37.
With the missed field goal.
Yep.
Missed field goal in the last second by 36-yarder, too.
The Pats get a couple bumps, get a couple bruises. They have
not as bad as it could have been, but
not as bad as it could have been.
Game. Oh, they were dropping like flies there. Mayo's, I think, done for the season, and I think Ridley is getting an MRI on his knee, and it looks like it could be an ACL, so he would also be done for the season.
Wow.
And then on top of that, Gronkowski had some rough moments. He's clearly not 100%. And someone else Dan Connolly went down with a head injury. So, yeah, all sorts of bumps and bruises in that game. They won, so that was good.
They won to beat the mighty Bills.
You can see things clicking, though. You can see things starting to click now. From the lowest lows of that Kansas City game to come back and beat the Bengals in such a way. And the Bengals are a good team, or were a good team. They're 3-1-1 when a week ago everyone said they're the best team in football. And the Bills are nothing to shake a stick at. They beat the Lions. They have a good defense, and the fans are fired up. They're tough to beat at home.
Well, the problem,
at home last year, so.
I just can't put any faith behind Kyle Orton as a starting quarterback, unfortunately.
Well, I think he's a bit of a doppelganger of Matt. A doppelganger of one Dave Grohl when he's got that stash going.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. Give him some rope. He's coming loose. Steelers lose again.
You must be loving that.
To the mighty Cleveland Browns. Oh, just see
their kind of legit though.
Their downfall. But who did the Steelers pound? They pounded somebody a week or two ago.
Yeah, the Carolina Panthers on the Sunday nighter.
Panthers having
like 37-17 or something like that.
Panthers having a weird season.
There's a lot of teams when was it
basically except for the Bucks and the Jaguars. There's a lot of surprises, but the Bucks and Jaguars aren't really surprising anybody.
Dennis Green, they're who we thought they were. It's really hard to peg a lot of teams in this. The Bears, I can't peg. The Cowboys got destroyed by the 49ers in opening week, and now they're 5-1. They just beat the Seahawks at home.
Yeah,
so that's crazy.
Huge game.
Yeah.
Just bananas.
Seattle, you see the cracks. I mean, they're a good team, but to have two teams be 5-1 and have it be the Chargers and the Cowboys, I think is something no one saw.
And the Chargers this week almost losing to the Oakland Raiders.
Exactly. So it's really hard to That's almost like a rivalry game or like a division game, just because they're so close. So I think they kind of step it up when they play. But still, Bastille.
Nice.
But you did.
But you didn't. And
you just go around saying you were going to say things. I mean, come on.
But I was going to say
credit where it is due.
Yeah, that's true.
To me.
Thank the bank for the money. Thank God for you.
Yeah.
Alex, you were at a show.
I was at a show. I was at a live event last Saturday night, October 4th.
Yeah, October 4th, last Saturday night.
Yeah, the UFC came to Halifax, and it was fantastic.
Starring Kelowna's own Roy McDonald.
Rory McDonald against Tarek Safady, and that was the main event. So when you hear it's coming here, you're like, all right, that's a good event. I mean, obviously it's not going to be a pay-per-view. You know that going into it, but you're a little worried because you're Halifax. You're like, okay, who's going to be fighting here? Is it going to be like, I don't know, Grandmaster Flash against, I don't know, whoever? So,
that'd be a good fight, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Rory McDonald, to win that fight that he ended up winning by KO or TKO in the third round, became either the number one or close to the number one contender for the welterweight title. So, a pretty legit thing. So, it's a long show when you go see it live because
there's 2 hours of prelims, then 3 hour card, right?
Right, but then there's also an hour of prelims before the 2 hour prelims. So there's UFC
prelims.
Yeah, they used to be on Facebook. Now they're on UFC Fight Pass. So you get 2 prelims starting, and especially because they're on the East Coast, they start so late. So the first prelim started at 8. The actual prelims went from 9 to 11, and then the main card went from 11 to 2 a.m. So we were there from 8 till 2 a.m. So it's 6 hours of fights. And there was kind of, had peaks and valleys. There was during the main card, there were 4 fights in a row that went to decision.
Yeah,
and they weren't even like overly entertaining fights. The crowd got real restless.
There was a bad right before the main event. I think it was a bad. I want to say there was a bad light heavyweight fight or something like that went to decision. It just wasn't too entertaining. I think it happened. Right before the main
decision
event.
Fights aren't necessarily boring. I've seen some super exciting ones, but no.
But when you can tell the guys are just waiting for the decision to come out, then you're a little upset about that.
Exactly, yeah. So, guys aren't really trying that hard to fight or whatever, so you can really get annoyed. But the first fight of the night, the very first fight of the night, was over in 39 seconds by submission. The second fight of the night was a head kick, and it was done in about a minute. And then after that, it kind of was less exciting until the main event. So.
Well, you said the second fight was worth the price of admission alone. Wasn't that what you said to me?
Oh yeah, 2 double head kicks, and that plus seeing. So it was that, and then on one of the prelims, there was a guy from Halifax. So the only fighter from Halifax, Chris Kalidas, I want to say his name is somewhere along those lines.
Kalidas,
yeah,
the Greek guy. Yeah.
Yes. So he took a fight on 5 days' notice. One guy, that happens a lot. One guy got injured or couldn't make the fight or whatever. So Kalidas came in, was at 147, had to drop to 125 in like 4 days, and then came out and fight. So the crowd was going bonkers that whole fight. You could tell after the first round he was exhausted, but he turned it around in the second round, and then he really took it to, I think the guy was from Ireland. And, ended up eking out the decision in the third round, and the crowd went bonkers. Then he ended up getting a $50,000 bonus for performance of the night or fight of the night. So
that's awesome.
Wow, good for him.
See, so yeah, homeboy, home kid, or whatever makes good, or whatever the phraseology is. Pardon me. I won't say what day we're recording this, but I am tired and very full. So,
it is Thanksgiving Monday, everybody in Canada. So happy Thanksgiving
anytime
Monday.
after that, or anytime after that's also that time.
Well,
whatever time you're listening to this, it is that time.
Thanksgiving.
Will it's not
check. You're good.
Not a radio show.
No, you're right. It's much better than a radio show, folks. The Triple Threat Podcast this week brought to you by Timex.
Timex? We got Timex?
Yep, we landed Timex.
That's not bad, though.
Yeah,
Rolex. It is not. Timex is not Rolex. You bring up a good point.
Well, you know what I mean.
That's true.
The clout.
I don't know what you mean.
The clout.
We're not there yet, folks. We all watched a movie this week.
Yes,
at the same time.
Thank you.
We all watched.
Perfect segue. Talk about sports.
Speaking of what time it is, we all watched a movie.
We all watched a movie this past week. Mr. David Fincher takes the novel Gone Girl to the big screen. And I believe it came in first at the box office this weekend or last weekend or whatever weekend it came out. Yeah.
Dracula Untold could not take it off its perch.
Should remain untold.
They couldn't quite take a bite out of Gone Girl.
Dracula.
The Dracula Untold looks like a big
Good evening. It's like
big
they're
waste of time.
I feel like they're just like, you know what's cool right now? What's the word?
Vampires.
They put it into production. They like do those thing, and then after a while, they're like, "Crap, that went on way too long." And they're like, "Well, we already have this much invested. We might as well, get Luke Evans in on this." And it was not good. I shouldn't say it wasn't good. I haven't seen it, but
yeah, I'm not. It's one I'm not.
There's no real
rushing
doubt there, though, right?
it was not good.
Oh, there you go. We can't say that though because you haven't seen it.
It
We can
was
imagine
likely it was.
Is.
Yeah.
Not good.
And we're not gonna see it because it doesn't. It looks not good. But what movie was I thought was good was Gone Girl. Fincher.
Good discussion.
Fincher again creates a tense atmosphere through his lighting. I just love this the look, the Fincher look of his films is really impressive.
Very
I mean,
good looking movies.
Back when he did Social Network, he does a movie about making the Facebook website, and he makes it visually very stunning. And he did the same thing with this Gone Girl, the thriller of the year, I would say.
Thriller of October.
And Rosamund Pike, I think, is going to be thrown a lot of offers for her performance in this movie.
Did you think that, like, before this, people were like, "Wow, it's really going to make her career"? But like, she has been in movies for forever. Like, she was in a James Bond movie 12 years ago.
She was a Bond girl.
Yeah,
and she was. I saw in a movie called Barney's Version a couple of years ago with Paul Giamatti, and that's like a nice smaller kind of independent film festival movie. But she was in Die Another Day. That's not so good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, no one should have seen that. So they should have known her.
No, she's done real good for herself. Yeah. But this is definitely, I would say it's definitely her coming out party, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
Everybody likes English actors right now. They're the big thing.
So hot right now.
Not that it's so hot right now. It's a damn Hansel. Not that they haven't been hot at one point, but they're kind of a big deal, I guess. But her performance was, I thought it was fantastic. And I like Ben, too. I think he's understated as an actor, but that's just me.
I like him a lot, too, actually.
Maybe a lot of people don't, but he was looking huge in this movie, too.
He was looking swole.
Like a little too big for that.
He'd take the garbage out, and he'd stand there in such a way that's like, yeah, we're working out. Like, no one stands like that, part of his
He's been doing lat pull-downs for 8 years.
Part of his character is that he's supposed to be kind of like, he's supposed to be a little bit thicker. He's supposed to be like a handsome guy who is in his 30s, and now he's kind of letting himself go, and...
That's true. He was a little chubs. Maybe he was wearing like a fat suit there or something.
There's a more obvious fat suit later on, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a bit much. So, Will, you liked this movie?
You liked it.
Oh, it was an enjoyable film, yeah.
I know somebody here did not like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alex, what do you think?
I thought I didn't like it at all. Actually, it was actually as much as I like everyone involved, I like Fincher, I like Affleck, I like Rosamund Pike. I just did not like the movie at all. I don't understand why you would read that book and then be like, yeah, okay, I want to go see what that's like acted out. Like, I just didn't. I thought the story was lousy. I thought it was overwrought, the whole courtship thing, and the twist was not twisted.
Didn't twist enough for you?
The twist didn't twist enough for me. I was just kind of like, what? It's just two horrible people. I don't know. Didn't like it.
So your problem is with the storytelling, basically.
This is the storytelling. I mean, and I thought that as good as the movie looked, like the overwrougtness and the overacting that comes in kind of the first parts and this, that, and the other thing was just a little too much for me. So I don't know, just not what I wanted or expected, and therefore did not enjoy, and didn't come together for me either. Like, I was like, all right, well, the ending's going to be okay. Never mind.
Yeah, the ending's probably hard to swallow for a lot of people.
We just think it's going to reach,
I'd imagine,
some sort of conclusion.
Yeah, some sort of.
So I don't know. That's me. I don't know what Matt thought of it. Matt, what do you think?
So I listened to the book when I was moving across the country.
There you go.
Yes, I got it out. So I listened to the book, kind of had it read to me, and the book, the movie works better than the book. I think that.
Really?
Yes, I think
I don't understand why anyone wanted to see this movie after reading the book then, if the movie's better than the book.
Well, it's an interesting concept, just the way it's structured. It's his side of the story set in the present, her side of the story set in the past. And, as it goes on, you're I don't know, like towards the end it starts to lose steam, and you see that in the movie. And the ending of the book is like it doesn't make sense. It's not
Well,
believable.
they don't really give themselves anywhere to go with it. Really, is the problem.
I think it's definitely an issue with it for sure. There's no clear like I was trying to talk about that time like spoiling it, but there's not like a satisfying thing that could happen. There's not a big event. It's not really. It's a little bit anticlimactic because it just kind of ends. Yeah, that's for sure. The ending of the book was a little bit worse because it was dragged down a bit longer. But
and yet you wanted to see it.
It was Fincher. It was Fincher doing this, and it was a decent story. And honestly, for like, it's a long movie.
It's a long movie.
2 hours. I thought 2 hours.
That's how I describe it. If you describe it like, hey, how was the movie? It was long. Then that's not a good movie.
But I think the first couple hours are fine. I like them.
Some long movies
long.
Yeah.
I would never describe The Wolf of Wall Street as long, even though it's longer than that movie. It doesn't feel it. It's much more exciting.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. So, I thought it was a good but disappointing ending on it. But there's always, I was also watching with the kind of like, I read the book. I wonder what they're going to do for this, which is kind of a silly, like, way of looking at a movie, but it was at least a little bit enjoyable to see little things happening like that. Like,
I thought it presented
moments.
I thought it presented some interesting ideas. And
there's just two people who you don't care if any good or bad happens to either one of them. So, I don't know. That's just how it works.
I think the problem, Ben Affleck's character, I didn't.
Y'all can both kill each other right now. I don't care. I just want this movie to end.
I liked Ben Affleck's character in the movie, which I think is a problem because in the book it has a lot more shades of gray of like, you shouldn't like this guy. But in the movie, I didn't have as much of a problem.
How many shades?
Not many shades. It's true.
Not many shades.
What, you guys, the sister was shades. Good. The sister was really good.
She was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
And there we go. So without spoiling anything in the movie, I just want to say something that like stuck out, and I still can't. I couldn't shake it. But there comes a point where they need some money ASAP, and his sister, who's a bartender, lives in a house by herself, and she's like, I have $47,000 in savings. I'm like, wow, you are doing really well for yourself. Like, you have your own house and mortgage, you're a bartender, and you're saving $47,000.
She's a bartender at a bar that nobody goes to.
That is unsuccessful. Yes, as part of the movie, it is not a successful.
So it just stuck out so badly for me. I don't know, that to the point where I remember it, just that aside line. Even after seeing it a couple days ago.
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago. So anyway, I was disappointed overall. Like everyone involved in it, really like Fincher, but just did not care about the characters or what happened to them or anything like that.
Yeah. So if depending on which Vaughn brother you value the most, see or don't see Gone Girl.
Yeah.
I would not like to be ranked against my brothers. Do whatever you want to do, folks.
What's a Fincher movie you would recommend, Alex? Don't watch Gone Girl. Watch blank.
Literally any other one. Social Network, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Benjamin Button. Alex is recommending Benjamin Button.
Did he do Benjamin Button?
Aliens 3.
Did he do Benjamin Button?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god, that's such a terrible movie.
He's worked with Brad a bunch of times.
Yeah, I know.
He was in that movie. What was it? 8? 6? I don't remember the name, but yeah, he was in that movie with him as well.
Somewhere around there.
Looking at this list, there's a bunch of. Did you direct an Aerosmith video?
Yeah, he did music videos.
Oh, he did Zodiac. Zodiac's incredible.
Oh, I love Zodiac. Everybody watched Zodiac twice.
Did a lot of stuff.
Just like looking at a bunch of his movies I haven't seen. David Fincher. All right, I'll get on that. Like Zodiac and Dragon
watch
Tattoo.
Zodiac.
Well,
at Christmas time, let's all watch Zodiac. Let's all watch a beautiful Christmas movie.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is really good as well. Really, really good.
Yeah, I'll check them out.
Anyway.
Interesting points of view.
I like that we all have different takes on that. Will and I are on both ends of the spectrum, and Matt, you kind of fall somewhere in the middle.
Well, I can't
Happy
say
to be there, guys.
I can't listen. I won't say I loved it. I was
no. Watch it again, would you?
What a joyful movie. Wouldn't watch it again. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I might go back to watch it again just to see if I can pick up on little things here or there because it is. It is, like I said, a long movie that feels long, but it's pretty dense, though, I think. But maybe leaning to probably not.
Yeah, exactly. So, not a great movie. And no one would say this is a great movie by any means.
Bad first date movie, by the way. Bad first date movie.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely under no circumstances seeing it on a first date.
Yep.
Unless you're both like psychopaths, in which case you're perfect for each other.
Don't go see it on a first date.
Yeah, even if you are a psychopath. Come on, psychopath. You got to have your limits, don't you? Let's talk about some of the TV pilots that have come out. in the past little bit. I've been trying to watch as many as I can, even though there's a bunch that I missed.
I have not. So.
Like I missed Scorpion and I missed Forever. And like these are shows that I won't. These are shows that I won't watch the series of, most likely, but I do I am curious to watch.
I saw a commercial for heroin for Forever.
Go on. How do we get that? How do we get that sponsorship?
Heroin their ad campaigns are incredible. No, I saw a commercial for Forever, and he's just out like buying heroin for no reason, and he gets arrested. And I'm like, I don't even know what the show is about. He's like, "Hello, I would like some heroin, please." And you're like, "What is happening right now?" Anyway,
one pilot,
come on, young Ruffled.
There's nothing in that commercial that makes any sense to me why anyone's going to be like, oh, I want to see that one with the British guy who can die but live buying heroin and getting arrested. I don't get it.
That's the show for me. Move over so you think you can dance, Junior. Actually, there's a Master Chef Junior that I did not know existed. Yeah. You can imagine how many kids Gordon Ramsay made cry on that one.
I hope they just win Happy Meals at the end.
Yeah, the Happy Meals roll.
Ironically, you win Happy Meals. Good work.
Burger's so dry.
So, did you see How to Get Away with Murder?
I did not.
How to Get Away with Murder.
And I saw a commercial, another commercial for that, which was, she goes, and that's how you get away with murder.
Yes, which I hope is the last episode of the series.
Well, I hope it's how she ends every episode.
That would be better.
How to Get Away with Murder, I didn't get to see. I did watch Grace Point. I was curious to watch that because it was shot after.
I am curious about Grace Point,
and I was kind of like, there's you got your Skylar.
Good to see Skylar White getting back on her feet after. I mean, she's been through it. She's been through some ish.
She stepped in it.
Quite a bit of ish.
Yeah, no, good to see her and David Tennant with his eyebrows looking very intense. And Michael Pena, star of the new movie Fury.
Yes, Michael. That's a Michael Pena vehicle for sure.
Yes,
well, in the movie Fury.
He's definitely not the fourth most famous person in that trailer.
He's definitely not the fourth most famous person in that trailer.
Brief backpedal on my part. The Fury Open that they did for UFC Fight Night in Halifax. Oh, that was pretty cool.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, that was cool. You should check it out.
You see, when you're there, you see all the video packages leading up to the fight. Like Rory McDonald's a scrapper who's the 5-fight win streak and can really cement his level in the welterweight. You see all that, but you don't see any of the commercials or lead ups or anything like that. But I digress.
Yeah.
I didn't digress. Actually, you started talking about it. So
I know. I said a brief backpedal. You know, I wanted it to be brief, but this has been Gone Girl levels of too long.
Scream both. I'm out of here.
Hi,
all right, we just lost members of the podcast.
So how is Grace Point or Broadchurch or whatever one it actually is?
Yeah, how's Grace Point? Grace
Point.
Grace Point. The pilot was interesting. It presents a lot of stuff. It's going to be a 10-part miniseries that I
have a theory on that word, by the way.
What word?
Interesting.
It means you don't like it.
It's never good.
You've said that before, and I've said it a lot before. I use the word interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
Which is a polite way of saying not for me, basically.
Yeah, it's like you're good say it, and girls say it, and they're just like interesting. You're like, yeah, that's not a good thing.
It reminds me. I remember seeing an article in the AV Club a few years ago that was just talking, probably about a year ago, and it was talking about how D- is the gentleman's F. It's like you're not willing to say this movie is an F, but you're like, it wasn't good in any way.
Wasn't good. There's no redeeming qualities. I'm just hanging by that thread.
But I met the director once, and he wasn't a jerk, so D-. There it is.
He wasn't a jerk, and therefore A+.
Yeah, A++. So great. Yeah, Grace Point's.
Grace Point Anatomy.
I just want to call it Grace Point all the time now. Great. What a stupid name for a show.
The British show is Broadchurch. Did I have that right earlier?
Torchwood.
Torchwood. Yeah.
Oh wait, what was Broadchurch?
Torch.0.
No, Broadchurch was something. Broadchurch was something else.
No, Broadchurch it's the British version of the show.
What's the show that was a spin-off of Doctor Who?
Torchwood.
Because Torchwood is an anagram for Doctor Who.
Anagram of Doctor Who.
Which is a reason you have to do that every time you have a show. That's why, Joey is an anagram of Friends, which is why he got to stay with Frasier and Cheers. That's why Cheers was always Cheers, and then it had in parentheses on this end it was like an I and an R and an F, and
just a bunch of random letters that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's why.
So great, Grace Point. Hang with it. Well, one pilot I saw that I didn't like very much.
Mulaney.
Was I know it's poor John, poor Mulaney.
Don't say it. I loved it. Everyone should watch it. It's really good.
Okay, it's interesting that we come at this from two different angles. Alex.
No, Alex does not feel that way.
No, it's just like
I just wanted it to be good.
It's tough when you. It's actually this is not a good thing to say about it, but it's bad if you know John Mulaney's material.
Yes. Oh, it's horrific
then,
if you know John Mulaney's
because
material.
Then you're just like,
anyone.
He's just like shoehorning his material into a sitcom, and I hope it gets better.
And not well done in any way. Really, actually, really poorly done.
Yeah, he's I don't think he's not quite ready for primetime player at this point. I don't think this show. I'm pretty sure it was derided by critics.
Don't you think? Okay, I mentioned that you made it
panned across the board.
You said not ready for primetime player. I think I mentioned this earlier to Alex. In another universe, is John Mulaney not the host of Weekend Update and killing it? What do you think?
Yeah,
he's so. They rumored it for a long. Like it was talked about when they were like, "Well, Myers has to leave eventually," and Mulaney's there and he's great.
Yeah, I think he'd be much better suited for that.
He's so good for that. Like so
He'd be
good.
better than Jost. Like Jost.
I'm a Jost apologist,
really
but
good.
yeah.
No, Jost isn't bad, but I think
Mulaney would crush it. I guarantee. Yeah. Shay's doing well.
Yeah, it's like saying Shay's better than Cecily, but Cecily wasn't bad.
Yeah. I don't think anybody recently on Update was.
Is Mike O'Brien not on the show anymore?
He is a writer still, which is why he showed up. He showed up on the Sarah Silverman show, which you didn't see yet.
I didn't see that one yet. Yeah,
where he does a video for white people.
Okay.
And it's worth it. So
okay. So kind of do something here or there, like that lady who's I can't remember her name. So my apologies, but she's kind of the in your face African American woman who does the Weekend Update correspondence. Like she's a writer.
Leslie Jones?
Leslie Jones.
Yeah, I enjoyed her.
And not to spoil too much, but she's in a pre-tape bit this week on during the Bill Hader episode. So without spoiling anything, she shows up. And you're like, oh, I know who you are, but you're not a part of this cast at all. I don't know what you're doing here.
It was like Joe showing up in the first week with doing the Chris Pratt football introduction thing. I was like, oh, I guess you can do that.
Yeah, because they ran out of cast members. Like they only have so many wigs and mustaches to get people.
I'm the punter.
I'm the punter.
Oh, Jost, yeah.
Yeah, he's like.
I think said Joe. I was like, who's Joe? Who's Joe?
You know,
that was way too Key and Peelish, though. Like way too Key and Peelish.
There's enough material there to farm it there. I know, like Key and Peele did a good job, but they also came at it from a totally different angle.
They also
there's a bit
NFL
on Weekend Update. There's a bit on Weekend Update when Pete Davidson was talking, and it's very similar to a Workaholics bit. So I don't know.
Well, that's
whether or not they're related,
I
know.
Humor can be mined from different places.
It's too bad we're such
same places.
We're such comedy nerds that we can't enjoy all of it because everybody picks something from everybody else. You find, like we're saying, we can't enjoy Mulaney because we know his material too well.
Yeah. Sometimes you like something from someone else's face. You're like, I don't like that comedian, but when that comedian says something similar, it's much better.
Yeah, which is just a weird. It's just a human thing. Just like I don't know why I like it more from that, but I just do.
Yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, Mulaney was the pilot was. Say it with me, guys.
Not
good. But I'm still gonna watch.
So we'll see.
I like Mulaney.
I'm still gonna
like him so
give it,
much and want him.
I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. A show I watched the second episode of, which I thought was better than the pilot, was Gotham.
Could get good, but I don't know.
Gotham was better. Got better.
I think the second episode of Gotham was better than the pilot. They didn't try to cram as much into it, but I think I still have a problem with Jada Pinkett Smith's character, Fish Mooney. I don't know. I'll watch the third episode, and that'll be like the make or break for me. But I mean, I can't see it going anywhere because Bruce is like we said this before on the show. Bruce is like 13 years old, and he's doing like Batman-y type stuff, like he's holding his hand over a flame and trying to conquer fear. But obviously, he's not going to get to a point where he becomes Batman. Also, you shouldn't get to the point where he becomes Batman because we've seen that 9 years ago in a Chris Nolan movie called Batman Begins, and he did quite an excellent origin story there. So I'm not sure where Gotham can go if they just have like the comings and goings and what kind of characters they'll have in and out. Oh, another pilot I saw was Flash, and I thought the Flash pilot was really good.
Oh,
yeah.
I was actually fortunate to be part of the table read for it months ago.
Hey, you didn't mention that.
And
Insider exclusive.
I was just helping him out. And I thought the pilot was the script sounded good, and then to see the pilot was really good. Check out the pilot of Flash to see local Vancouver actor Chad Rook do his best Bray Wyatt impression, which is kind of how I saw it. But no, the Flash pilot was good for CW. It was their biggest pilot since Vampire Diaries back in 2009. So that's it's good stuff for them.
He's a pretty big DC get though. He's DC, right? Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, I mean, and I was thinking, like, DC, as much as Marvel is kind of ruling the box office right now, DC, except for Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., DC is kind of all over, the TV. They got Gotham and Flash and Arrow, and that's it. But Detective Comics, I guess they're going to do okay on TV. But Gotham's already been promised to Netflix for next season, right? Isn't that the deal they got? Something like that.
Gotham's just guaranteed to be on Netflix?
Second season. Yeah, I think the second season is going to be a Netflix exclusive.
God, who can keep track of this crap? Man.
Yeah, I can't, and I'm reading something on the internet right now that says Gotham going to Netflix for. I'm actually not reading it, but Adam Sandler just signed a deal with Netflix to do like 3 or 4 exclusive Netflix exclusive movies. They're all going to be good. I hope they're as good as That's My Boy. That was a great film. Hilarious.
I remember watching my buddy. We were just hanging out one day, and he's like, "Oh, let's watch them on Netflix." All right. He's like, "Oh, have you seen Grown Ups? It's pretty good." I was like, "Oh no!" And like, I don't think I laughed once during the movie. And he was like, "What'd you think?" I was like,
"That's."
You didn't veto it. I'm impressed.
There's few.
Really my thing.
You should.
I don't know.
There's few things sadder than a comedy just
tanking.
With just met with silence, just absolute silence, like. It's so bad when I recognize that was a joke that they tried to get me and they didn't quite get me. So,
but then they're just laughing at each other like so. Oh God, it's so bad.
Yeah, but apparently Adam Sandler's like the nicest guy in show business.
Insanely nice.
Good. Make a good movie though. Like it's rude. Sure, you're nice. It's rude of you to think I would pay money for this.
It's rude.
You're being rude.
It is rude. You insult my intelligence.
Enjoy your spaghetti. You're very rude.
Enjoy
your spaghetti because you're rude.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Dane Cook, new special coming out. A new special coming out, Troublemaker, on Showtime October 17th. So that'll be this Saturday. He did stand-up.
He's a big guilty pleasure of mine. I know a lot of people hate the guy, but I
will always say he got me into stand-up again. Like, he's the one, like, when Harmful as Swallowed and Retaliation came out. Like, I thought those were hysterical. And he kind of got me into
those were the entryway. The gateway to stand up, where you just like want to memorize the whole album.
Yeah,
just like I got the whole album like memorized, and
we've been going back. Like I know every like little iteration and pause and noise and all that because I listen to it all the freaking time.
I missed an arena show that he did here a couple years ago.
I did see him when he came to Halifax. Actually, he did the Metro Center.
The arena shows are like I like when he did Isolated Incident because he was back in a club, much smaller. The arena shows are a little hard to listen to on album just because everyone's just hooting and hollering the whole time. Right. I could imagine being in the audience of those shows would be very frustrating.
This one was done.
Just listen to him on his thing.
Troublemaker was done in Vegas, I think.
So
so it's a big theater probably then. Okay.
Yeah,
that could be worse.
He was on a podcast, Scarborough Country. So it's kind of worth listening to. The audio is actually terrible on it, despite being like Dane Cook and the Scarborough brothers. It's actually really poorly done.
I don't know why that happens.
This podcast sounds like $1 million, and it's all thanks to our friends at Blue Technologies, Yeti microphones.
Yeti microphones, friends of the show.
Sponsor us.
Yep. Sponsor us,
Yeti microphones. Stuff.
Use promo code Triple Threat Podcast. Really likes Blue Yeti microphones. He uses them all the time and likes them a lot. At the checkout, you will get 60 cents off your purchase.
Yeah. It's not a percent. No, it's just 60
cents.
It's 6 dimes, buddy.
But then they double your shipping rate. So you actually lose money on that one.
No matter where you live.
Guys, I really shouldn't negotiate our promo codes anymore. It's not really working out for me. So
that's okay. We gave you that account to Matt's got the Rolex account. Okay. You got the Yeti microphone.
By the way, which we don't have, by the way, because you're sponsored by Timex.
Oh my God!
I have the Rolex account,
I had the Timex
but I totally screwed it up.
I landed that account, Matt.
But I mean, how many guys? How many Rolexes are there in the world, and how many Timexes are there in the world? We have pure market saturation. I mean, come on.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I like that.
What would you rather sell, $50,000 $40 watches or $50,000 watches? You know what I mean? I guess you get the same amount of money either way.
Same amount of money. Yep.
I think the second one sounds like it costs us feathers. It seems like it doesn't take as much energy.
That's a good question. Well, and I'll answer that question later on.
I'd like to answer your question with another question.
Well, I am writing, got to solve it on paper. I think better when I'm writing stuff down.
Speaking of saying things, I have a new segment that I want to introduce called Am I Missing Something Here? This week on Am I Missing Something Here? Those numerous commercials. Am I missing something here? Honestly, what is going on with that?
Point being, they're
so it's like Stats Canada or something.
People. Yeah, so
and they're all mad.
Yeah.
So the commercial is like, we're going to call you and you're going to hate us. We have a new name and you have to tell us stuff because you'll be shaping the future of television. First of all, no, you won't. That's just a lie, numerous. You're lying to us. We don't care that you got a new name. Your commercial is ridiculous, except for the old lady who swears, who kills
me. The first week of football. No, that's not the funniest part. The first week of football.
What's the funniest part? The guy.
Well, I'll tell you in a minute.
We'll get there.
I'll tell you in a minute. The worst part of that commercial is the first week of football. It was on every commercial break.
60,000 times.
So by the end of that day, everyone. Yeah, but it's on way less now. That it was on so many times. We were all just like, "What is who bought this ad? Who bought this ad space?" So anyway, the funniest part of that commercial is the guy on the couch who just goes, "Woof!"
Yeah, I'm saying the guy at the mouthful.
Yeah. And we get that and we get a tattoo of that exclamation. I'd be like, "Remember that Numeris commercial?" They'd be like, "Nah." I'd be like, "Cool." You should have thought this through.
I mean, am I missing something here? I don't know. Use the hashtag. Am I missing something here to discuss numerous? And speaking of hashtags, thanks to everybody using the Triple Threat podcast, like NHL Hockey a lot. Hashtag. It was mostly me. It was all
I saw
me,
that a couple times. Actually, I think if I click that hashtag, we will find that it was only you.
My friend Stuart retweeted something that I
said. There you go.
I got a segment.
That's not using it, is it?
I got a segment on the show as well. It's called "Really with Seth and Amy."
No, you can't. That's
already talking about the numerous commercial, so just bear with me.
Yeah. Okay. I like the guy on the couch with a mouthful of food. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Really? Mouthful of food on the couch?
Really, guy? You're talking on the phone with your mouth full while cursing at the people? Really?
Yeah. I guess I'm not missing something here. I mean, I don't know. And I also had a random thought, guys. I had a random thought about sports and hockey's popularity in the United States and the popularity of sports like hockey and soccer.
Hit it.
I think Americans really like sports where you can get multiple points for a single score, i.e. 6 points for a touchdown in football, i.e. 3 points for a three-pointer in basketball, i.e. 4 points for a grand slam in baseball. In hockey, you can only ever score 1 point per score. You know what I mean? 1 point at a time.
Comebacks are a little bit limited because you could be down by a field goal and then get a touchdown, and then now you're up. You've swung it a little bit. With hockey, you have to work at it. You're like, okay, we're down 2.
Basketball, if you're down 2, you can score a three-pointer and win the game. Or you can score 2 and tie the game. In baseball, if in one inning you can score an unlimited number of runs. You can be at the bottom of the ninth, down by 20. You can score 21 somehow. That's a really bad reliever, but you can score 21 somehow and come back. But I don't know if it's just something came to me. I don't know if it's a reason Americans don't like hockey. I think they just don't like it because it's on ice and the guys are wearing skates and that's weird to them. If they're not using their hands or feet, they're using a stick. But it may have something to do with the fact that also 1 goal at a time, instead of, you can get 6 points and then go for 2 points or go for 1 point and like do these really weird math combinations where you can win a game solely on field goals or you can win a game solely on 3-pointers or whatever. I think they admire a sport where a better play means more points. So a touchdown is harder to get than a field goal, obviously. 3-pointer is harder to sink than a layup.
So
grand slam.
Point, make it worth 2 points, and then we're good.
If you actually have a 2-point line in hockey. Oh, that's it. Take that to your.
That's what hockey needs.
Goals behind the. You don't even need a line. You just need the blue line. If it's behind that, and you score from there, then you're good.
I think they should count the number of passes.
Right.
And however many passes it took to connect on that play is how many points you score.
So if you just steal the puck and then score, which is one of the most impressive individual feats in hockey, it's only worth
only 1 point.
Yeah, Brian, no one passed you the ball.
But no, if you steal the puck in hockey, pass it to the defender. Defender goes to the other wing. Winger goes to the center. Center goes to the other winger, and winger fires it from the point. That's like 5 points right there.
Wait, who scored?
It's huge.
Did you pass it to the other team's defender? What's going on there?
Wait,
if you pass it to your goalie,
Did you pass it to the other, through the other person? Okay, I don't get it anymore.
no, that's
I never got it to begin with. So.
It's obviously not going to work. But I think what do you guys think? You think they're obsessed with the more points thing, or it just happens to be the way their sports are kind of laid out?
It's an interesting theory. It's definitely.
This is something that came to me. I'm a really smart person. I think read a lot of books.
Sure.
Yeah.
I always get bummed out when I see people writing articles and they talk about the three major sports in the U.S. And I'm just like, they're not counting hockey, are they?
No, not at all.
No.
Not even close.
Basketball,
baseball,
lots of people put 4, but it just depresses me when it's 3. It's like I think it's major.
Yeah, it should be 4. I mean, I think the NHL is a big deal, but that's just me.
It should be 5. MLS. Or
yeah,
golf, I don't know.
I think MLS needs a 2-point line if they want.
That badminton league's really making a name for itself. So
that's true. It's causing quite a racket.
The National Badminton Association
on the net. I don't know. What other badminton points? I was thinking of something for shuttlecock, but maybe we'll be on.
Will, something I liked about this is hockey related. You made the points. There was a West Side Story game over the weekend. So
I was very upset that I missed it. It was Sharks and the Jets, and it was on Sportsnet 360. Thanks a lot, Rogers.
That's why Evander Kane hasn't left, because when you're a Jet, you're a Jet all the way.
You not get that, Will?
I do get that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No. Actually, sorry. That actually was a legitimate thank you.
Okay, sorry.
That was a legitimate thank you, Rogers.
That's on me.
That's on me.
That's on me.
Weird that if you say thanks something, it's automatically sarcastic. Okay.
It does. Well, yeah.
Thanks sarcasm. Thanks sarcasm.
Thanks, paramedics, for saving me when I was dying and then bringing me back to life. I'm
really
so
appreciated.
Thankful.
That was great.
Trying to get out of some debt. I was in trouble with a lot of bad people, and now I still am.
Thanks, paramedics. Pull the plug next time. Oh, that's just got dark real quick.
Dark.
Hey,
dark. Euthanasia joke.
That's not really our style, is it? We're not a dark podcast.
We're bright. We're happy. We're
euthanasia. That's that. Take some of that when I'm not feeling well with some vitamin C. I feel a lot better.
You kill yourself?
That's echinacea. My bad.
I thought you were talking about the Megadeth album from 1994.
Ooh, I was. No, I was talking about echinacea. Ooh. And I knew it was called echinacea the whole time. I knew the whole time. I'm full.
Yeah, and that's where we'll get to our speaking of being positive and great and fantastic and sunny and bright. Unlike the weather today in Vancouver, it's cloudy and bad. Thanksgiving is today, or it was Monday. Whenever you're listening to this, okay, Matt. Before you jump down my freaking throat, guys, what are you thankful for? We're all fit young white men. Roofing our head, over our head, closing our back. What? The same. We're white men.
We're white. That's fantastic. If you ever have to re-up, more white, please. Yeah, I'll take the white.
Absolutely. I'm not saying white people are better. I'm saying being white is clearly better. Who can even argue? It's Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for, Matt?
I am thankful for this podcast and the fine listeners and the men who do it with me. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Well, wow. Casey Kasem lives, literally.
And that actually reminds me of a number one single
Casey
from
Kasem death joke is not too soon, Will.
Yeah, it's
too soon, guys, on the Casey Kasem joke. No, it's fine.
Yeah, we're good for that. Hey, podcast, sure. There you go. I took an easy way out. Sorry.
Oh, God. I have nothing.
You stole mine.
UFC? I don't know.
Oh, my God. I'm thankful for the UFC. How sad is that? I'm thankful for Tony. How about that? I'm thankful for
Tony.
Iron. There you go. Thanks, Iron Man.
Oh, thanks for keeping us safe.
Well, doesn't get it, Matt.
You know what? I'm thankful for love. It keeps the world going around.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, John. No, well, Iron Man is not Iron Man. Iron Man is my automobile that I purchased this weekend.
Oh yes, you made a purchase. Did you get it from Kijiji?
No,
he did not.
I bought it brand new.
You bought a brand new car.
Yes,
How's the smell? You got the new car smell? Smells nice?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really notice the new car smell, actually. Matt, you were in it. Did you notice the new car smell?
I'll be honest, I did not.
No, me neither.
So how is it?
You'd already stunk it
30
up.
horses? You got a Hemi? What do you got?
It's got a big Hemi.
Just 1.6 liter, 4-cylinder. Gets it done.
This is by the way, this is Ratchet Corner, by the way.
It's a
Anyway,
pre-owned Acura Legend.
As Iron Man or Tony or Mr. Stark.
Now, why is that? Does it have a Jarvis inside you talk to?
It does not have a Jarvis inside I talk to. It is a 2014 Hyundai Accent, and I don't like referring to it as a Hyundai or an Accent, and the color of the car was Iron Man Silver, so I made a point very quickly to start conditioning everybody that this is Iron Man. So if I say Tony, I'm talking about my car. Talking about my wheels.
It's got like blue headlights that are the same color as his arc reactor in his chest.
Exactly. And I don't mean to brag, but I did get free runner tires thrown in, so I'm pretty much in.
Actually, what you need is a mural on the hood now of Iron Man like blasting through like a cliff. I think that'd be awesome. I'll do that for you when I visit. I'm gonna get some Sharpies. And I'll draw it on.
I was gonna stick figure family thing and just put like just one person on the back.
Am I missing something here? What's with the stick figure family stickers?
I have no. If you want my honest answer, I don't know. I don't know why that became a thing. I don't know why.
I would like to know how much the man or woman or couple or whomever invented that. I would like to know how much money they made.
I wonder if is it easy to
probably way too much
copyright? Like, did they get it? They're like, oh, this is a good idea. Oh, we should.
Were they on the Den? Maybe they were on Dragon's Den. When they were with the Dragon.
I feel like that would get no money on Dragon's Den. They'd be like, wait a minute, just stickers you put on the back of your car? Are you dumb?
Yeah, it just tells you that you're a wife and a husband, and you have these kids, and then a dog, and then you put a little halo.
You put your net worth on there if you want.
Put a little halo over the cat's head to show that you had a cat, but it's not alive anymore. little cat angel follows our Nissan Sentra around. I don't know. Is that a car? I think so.
It certainly is.
It is. So Iron Man. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you come home Christmas time, we'll take it for a spin.
With those winter tires. I can't wait.
Those free winter tires. So check that out. Got the undercoating, a bunch of stuff.
Threw it in for free.
I don't want to pay for this car. All right, let's do this.
Nice.
Well, it turns out, I don't know if you know this, and I'm no financial advisor, but you can afford anything if you pay for it over a long period of time. If you think you can't afford anything, just pay for it until you're in your mid-30s, and you're good.
Like school. A lot of people pay for school that way.
Exactly. Yeah, but I'll get way more enjoyment out of Tony than I will.
You'll get more mileage out of that.
Exactly.
Literally.
Exactly.
Literally. All right. Well, this is a good episode.
It's a weird segue, but
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me out, Tony.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony. Tony got you. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap this whole shenanigan up? So I'm not cutting you off.
I can't remember. We hit everything? We hit everything, did we? Did we hit everything?
We're gonna talk about some tweets. I talked about one of Will's tweets.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. You want to do that, Will? Or I haven't had a chance.
Yeah, you guys talk about a tweet. Yeah, I don't follow you guys.
A new weekly segment that we're gonna try and do here, which is picking out each other's best and worst tweet of the week. So this might be a little weak this time around because we didn't prep for this at all. Because we
usually the prep is through the roof here at the Triple Threat Podcast.
Yeah, I mean usually we take
just
hours. We do a pregame, we do a postgame analysis. We figure that all out, but we'll see what happens here. So right now I'm looking through Will's tweets. Let's see what I can do.
Yes, like I said, West Side Story takes it back to kind of your beginning of your acting career too, is a prominent role in the West Side Story.
Well, I was thinking about your audition for West Side Story the other day. I don't know why. Question for you. Did you sing The River by Garth Brooks in your audition?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, nailed it. Okay.
And Mr. Williams, our teacher.
Looks like my memory isn't as bad as I say it is.
Yeah, it's all you, man. Mr. Williams, the music teacher, said, "I didn't know you were a good singer like that." So that was.
So let's
nice.
hear some of it on 3, 1. Sorry, I'll count you. That's not how music works. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Alex, you got a not good hashtag? Oh man,
I did have a not good hashtag. I tried to make that a thing. It did not pan out.
Well, you gotta because you did a not good job of presenting it on this show. You have to use the hashtag NAHGEWD.
follow Alex. You'll get it done.
I don't know.
What are you laughing at?
Will finds that.
Myself mostly.
Yeah.
So use the hashtag Nagood to rate and review us on iTunes. Wait a minute. No, it's not. That's not good. That's not good.
But,
also use the hashtag Triple Threat Podcast like NHL. So I don't know why your tweets don't come up for me, Alex. I don't know why, but actually you've been tweeting like a mug.
Out of the park on Twitter right now.
Actually, you said knocking out of the park. I just came up the vine of Richard Kind hitting the shark.
You didn't see anything? Are you not following me on Twitter? Is that what it is?
No, I am. I just don't know why they're not coming up.
Oh, that's weird.
No, I got them all.
That's why I tweeted win the Super Bowl and drive off in a Hyundai as I bought a Hyundai.
Nice. You see, good stuff. Matt, what's your pick of the week?
For who? Alex?
Yeah, for sure.
Alex. What did I like about it?
I
gotta say, I really enjoyed the tweet with Carlton doing the Carlton talking about the pumpkin pie he's gonna be receiving. Just because it's very true to who Alex is, and
thank you to my lovely sister-in-law for giving me one entire pumpkin pie to myself. So I
one metric pie
to me and only me that I will share with nobody. So thank you, Emily.
4 bites of delicious.
I am very much looking forward to eating that.
But
I like the one with Mac from It's Always Sunny doing his little dance. That makes me laugh.
I was just looking at that. Emily, is Emily on Twitter, by the way?
Yeah.
Sure she is.
Oh, Emily, dude, she tweeted on your birthday, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, but this is my segue to bring up her Twitter handle if anybody wants to follow Emily.
Sure, Emily, at Emily F. Vaughn. Vaughn spelled the way you spell Vaughn in our names on Twitter. She tweets.
You just take Evonix and you take off the E and the ICS, and there you are.
Yeah.
There you have it.
And she tweets infrequently, but when she does, it's gold.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, her last tweet was on my birthday, so yeah, absolutely, they're gold. She's great, as smart as this family by a long shot.
Yeah.
With no offense, Mom, but absolutely. All right, digging a hole. When the rain gets in. Sorry, that's a Beatles song.
Yeah.
No, he's fixing a hole. He's not digging a hole. Come on,
not digging a hole.
Come on, Lennon.
He's got to fix the hole that someone else dug.
Yeah. Matt, quick question, Matt. Your Twitter profile picture.
Yeah, what is that?
Am I missing something here?
So I was at work. I was at work when someone said my beard was getting toward the end of its like the length that I'm usually thinking. You know what? This is ridiculous. Something needs to be done. And so it was very long, and it was roughly the same length as my hair. And so one of the guys at work said, "You look like the old G.I. Joe dolls I had when I was younger." He's an older gentleman. And so at one point, 20 minutes later, he goes, "Hey, Matt, look at this."
Old G.I. Joe dolls I definitely don't still have.
Yeah. And he said, "Hey, Matt," and then he showed me the picture. I don't think it was this exact picture. It was pretty close. And I was like, I guess that's pretty close to what I can look like.
Frighteningly accurate.
So that's why it's there, because it's pretty much what I'm working with. Get the fuzz. Just fuzz all over.
So if you don't know what Matt looks like, look at his profile picture, and that's basically it.
You can remove the camo and the
scar
huge...
and the dog tag and the camo.
Guy looks like Chuck Norris. By the way, Ian's going to scream at me for not getting this right, but I watched a fight recently between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris in the Roman Coliseum, and I can't remember the name of the movie. And right now, Ian is... I think he would kidney punch me if he was around. So Ian Hanlon, friend of the show. Sorry. I forgot.
You didn't even have to bring it up, though. It's like you want to be kidney punched.
I kind of do, because I want to see me hit me. Ian's swole though. He's swole as a mug right now. So whatever.
He's on his Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck-ish.
Yeah, but he's got to wait till he's 43 or whatever, and he can be that size too. All right, so Twitter. We'll work on this segment next time. The Twitter segment. Actually, you guys are pretty funny. I just noticed this on Twitter. I don't know why I haven't noticed that before.
If you want to give us some props, you can give us some favorites on there, some retweets, some encouragement. You can engage us, engage our brands on Twitter. My assistant is pumping out these tweets all the time, and he's going to get very tired of...
I feel I need better control on mine. I'm just kind of like, tweet this, tweet this. And then later, I'm just like, why did I tweet that? I need some sort of filter. Don't tweet everything that comes to your head, you idiot.
I do that sometimes.
Dude, all this, you definitely do it. We all do it. It's just purely.
Will, of course.
God, Steve Simmons making fun of, or you get made fun of by Joey Bats.
Joey Bats.
Oh,
that's so good. Anyway, so you can see all this fun stuff on the internet when you're not listening to this show.
You should check out the internet sometime. It's pretty good.
Highly recommended. Go to iTunes, write review, give us some love, or give us some constructive feedback. I mean, we're all men, aren't we, guys? We can take it.
Legally, I am.
Am I a man? Yes, technically.
Court case you had to be
technically, I am. Psychologically, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So follow us on Twitter. I'm at William C. Vaughn. Matthew is.
Do any of the tweets?
I think I know. That's what
Member of Parliament Vaughn.
At Member of Parliament Vaughn, and Alex here, Vaughnix, EVAUGHINS. Yes.
No one knows how to spell that. You both screwed it up. Matt screwed it up, and then Will followed by repeating what Matt said, and neither was wrong. And it was not good.
It was not good. Use the hashtag not good when you're talking about movies that they don't like Gone Girl. Alex thought that movie was not good. Go see it. Come up with your own opinion. Use the hashtag Triple Podcast likes NHL hockey a lot whenever you're discussing anything hockey related. And thanks a lot for listening, folks. Happy Thanksgiving again. Just be thankful that you are listening to us in your ears right now. And if you have both your ears, or if you only have one ear, then just put one earbud in. This isn't in stereo, is it? This is mono, right? I'm pretty sure it's mono. It's in stereo. Oh, okay. So you're only getting...
The mix is the same way through, but it is stereo.
And if you don't have two ears, super sorry about that ear you lost, man.
Yeah, Big Foley, if you're listening to the show...
That's on me, guy. That one's on me. You feel better, though.
Yeah. All right, the music's going to hit right there.
Nope.
Yeah, there it is. And
do we get a new theme song?
That's a nice song. Oh, we got Ennio Morricone doing our soundtrack?
That's where we're circling around each other in the desert with guns.
He found out that Timex was sponsoring us and couldn't wait.
I don't know. We're just going to go out in cartoony laughs. All right.
That's very banjo of you.
Woody Woodpecker is on top.